looks like a pretty nice buck.
Is that 10?
We're way too far from here. We're gonna have to try to get to that other mod if there's any chance of getting a shot. I'm back in South Texas, one of my favorite hunts of the year. I'm gonna get in these oak mott's, I'm gonna do some rattling, spotting and stalking. I'm gonna be on the ground chasing these deer.
This week, Alan Treadwell teams up with his old pal Danny Duff on a South Texas whitetail hunt. The rut is nearing its peak and hopes are high for a giant buck.
There he is, Danny.
Take him, Alan.
How old is he?
He's at least 5.5. Take him.
You ready?
Yep.
Here we go.
There he is, there he is. That is one old deer right there. The perfect buck to take out.
Yep. There he goes. Oh, he's with the doe. There you go. That's the reason he's right there.
Yeah.
That's the reason he won't run.
Yeah.
I'm back in South Texas, one of my favorite hunts of the year. This is a ranch I've been to a couple of times. In the past, I've taken a lot of what they call management bucks off of this place. To me, they were awesome deer, but they were 8-pointers or less. This time I'm down here, I have the opportunity to shoot a trophy buck.
It's mid-December in South Texas, and Alan has been given the go-ahead to try to take 2 mature bucks as part of the ranch's long-term whitetail management program. The duo is pulling out all stops, as well as the rattling horns and grunt tubes for this hunt, because failure is not an option on this whitetail revolution.
You go to Texas for whitetails because that is the most incredible whitetail state in the nation. And they've got deer after deer after deer and a deer hunting culture that's like no other.
Texas is a great place to hunt late season when some of the Midwest places have closed, and the best part is it's usually warm.
There's good deer in here. Holy smokes. Look at that dude. Big old 10. Well, I'm done looking at pictures. Let's go look at the real thing. Yep. Several years ago, I come down on a quail hunt and I met Danny Duff. And we just become the best of friends, and we've hunted together so many times over the years. Although we live 1,200 miles apart, we're like brothers.
I've been guiding down here for about 28 years now, and I absolutely love the country. And this is my opportunity to get with one of my good friends, Alan, and we get to go and hunt bucks. Big South Texas bucks.
I'm gonna get in these oak mott's, I'm gonna do some rattling, spotting and stalking. I'm gonna be on the ground chasing these deer, and after all that's over with, we're bringing in Danny's daughter. She's 11 years old. She's gonna kill her first deer. Looks good right in here, buddy.
Yeah, it's a nice little hill. It's open on each side. Yeah, let's get in here by one of these and get next to a tree.
Wind's back in our face too.
Yeah, I'm gonna sit down right in here, Alan.
If you have the luxury of having a friend rattle with you, you're the gunman, he's the rattler, if you can get him off away from you, sometimes even 20 feet is all you need, because those bucks are so honed in and so keyed on from where that sound should be coming from that it allows you to move around and get your steady sticks put up to where you can get a shot at this deer as he's coming in. Danny, right here, buck right here. Young 8. Nope, he's too small. Texas is a pretty awesome state. They're kind of leaders in the country when it comes to managing their game herds. They're very strict on age structure of deer. They allow those whitetails to get to the full potential, get to 5.5, 6.5 years old before they take them out of the herd so they can reach their full genetic potential. They're not shooting 3.5-year-old deer down here. Right here. He's right behind that bush. Can you tell, Danny? He's standing right behind this big bush, and I can't see what he has for horns. I can see his body perfect, but I have no idea what he has for horns. He's got a good frame. He's old buck. He's an old buck. And he gives us about a 3-second look, and he takes off running. There he goes. Stop him. Stop him, Danny. I've decided this is a deer I'm going to shoot. I seen his front view. He was wide. He was tall. He turned sideways. I seen he had a lot of tines. I'm not really sure how many tines that he had. And and I'm down on the shooting sticks, ready to shoot this buck. He turns around and looks like a statue and standing there staring at us. Okay, yep, it's a good deer. Here we go. And back into the oaks he goes, and we never seen him again. But it just goes to show you how many mature deer there are in a place that is managed as strictly as this ranch. It was just absolutely amazing to be able to be out there with the deer in their element and experiencing this many mature bucks and knowing, yes, I was disappointed that I didn't kill that deer, but on the other hand, I knew that there was another opportunity just around the corner.
I'm happy for anybody that goes and they're managing their property and they shoot this great big buck, but when you're taking your last breath, who you want around your bedside to be talking about stories, your family and your friends that you've met along the way. That's what deer hunting is about. And sometimes we can't have it both ways. We can't have a trophy environment and family traditions in the same thing. You have to really work hard at it.
We got another 2 hours. We're going to the next spot. Right here, Danny, coming right up through here. Here comes a buck. It was getting late in the evening, and Danny and I are trying anything that we can to find a good buck that we want to take. There he is, Danny.
Take him, Alan.
How old is he?
He's at least 5.5. Take him.
Here we go.
Winchester Whitetail Revolution is brought to you by Winchester Ammunition, the American legend, and by Redfield, the soul of the American hunter.
Right there. Another buck.
It's a nice one. It looks to be about a 3.5-year-old deer. But we're looking for something just a little bigger there, partner.
The advantage to being in this high rack is a lot of these grasses are so tall that you can't see over them. There's some little hills that you don't really realize that are there, and you don't see a lot of the deer. So you jump back up in that high rack and you get elevated another 5 or 6 feet. A lot of times it just opens it up and you can see so many more deer than the driver. And once we spot them, figure out a way to make a stalk.
To me, a high rack is just, it's a transportation. Have you ever been down to Texas? I mean, it's brushy.
When you got thick cover, you got to be able to see the whitetails, and to see them, you got to get up and elevated. And one of the things in Texas that they use is those vehicles with the tower, and an excellent choice to use to get up, get a whitetail spotted, get them located, and develop a game plan.
I'm gonna get a little closer. That terrain will allow me.
We might just go in there and sneak in a ways. What do you think right here? We can sneak up something up this way, in this whole woods.
We get in there, we got this big open field behind us, the wind's right in our face. The deer have to come from in front of us with the wind blowing in our face. There's no way they can smell us. And we get tucked in there and Danny starts rattling. Right here, Danny, coming right up through here. Here comes a buck.
Tecumseh's David Morris has perhaps rattled in more big bucks than any man alive. So when he speaks with his antlers, you should listen.
This week we're going to talk about something I do dearly love to do, and that is rattle antlers for deer. But rattling for deer is more than just clanging antlers together. The first and most important thing is picking your spot. You need to be concealed when you rattle, and you got to have good downwind visibility. You got to be able to see the deer. People think deer come rushing into these rattling horns. They don't. A deer's too cautious to do that. Get where you can see downwind and shoot, and then you get with it. I mean, I'm not timid about it. I bang these things. If I could make it louder, I'd make it louder without knocking my knuckles off. Bang them together. I hit brush with them. I like wood, real wood. This little bush is too flimsy for me. I usually go about 30 seconds to start with, wait 2 or 3 minutes, go another 20, 30 seconds. You don't have to have long rattling sequences. If there's a good age structure, and if there's a good buck-doe ratio, guarantee you can rattle in deer when you do it at the right time, the right weather conditions. Give you the written guarantee you can do it. There is no more fun way to hunt than rattling in deer. I'm David Morris. See you next time on Tecumseh Trophy Tips.
Right here, Danny, coming right up through here. Here comes a buck. He's young. There's another deer behind him. He's young too. Here they come. They're all over us. These 2 big bucks come out 200-300 yards in front of us, right next to each other, and come all the way across. Danny had shut up, and how well they were able to pinpoint it. They ran in 10, 12 yards, and they're standing there looking at us. Just such an awesome experience to be able to rattle these two. A mature buck at 12 yards, there's nothing like it in the world.
Oh, why couldn't that have been a couple of big bucks? I mean, they were big bucks, but they were young. I think the one in the back might have been 4.5.
If Alan gets down there and starts rattling and he has a buck come in, what a wonderful special day. But if he has another one and he does it over and over again, he has hit the magical peak of the rut. Oh, that is a great time to hunt.
When you can go out there and rattle, and you know almost every time you touch those horns together, there's going to be deer coming in, that really brings the excitement through the roof.
Hey, that buck, he looked like a pretty good buck right in this mont right here. If we get in here, we might get a shot at him.
It was getting late in the evening, and Danny and I are trying anything that we can to find a good buck that we want to take. At this point in time, we knew that the big mature bucks were out in this wide open country with their does, keeping everything else away from them.
Danny, right there, right there.
It's a 10-point.
Hold on, he's running.
That's a good deer, Alan.
He's gonna stop. There he is, Danny.
Take him, Alan.
How old is he?
He's at least 5.5. Take him.
You ready?
Yep.
Here we go.
Oh, good shot. Oh, he's hit good. Oh, he's hit.
He's going down right there.
Yes, yes, that's what I'm talking about. Way to go, brother. What a buck.
I knew he was a big 10-pointer. I knew he was mature, but I had no idea really how big this buck was because everything happened so fast.
Oh, my word. Oh, look at the heaviness on him.
Real. Look how long these tines are.
That's what I'm talking about. Look at the thickness in here.
And this is just absolutely one of the most beautiful bucks I have ever killed. Definitely by far and away the biggest buck Danny and I have ever killed together.
When you can go on a hunt with a good close friend, somebody you've known for many years, somebody you've maybe hunted with all your life, just makes that hunt that much more special.
Oh, that's a great deer to take, man. I'm so excited for you.
What a deal. Hannah's on her first hunt, and she's never experienced whitetail hunting.
What could be better than a parent introducing their children to the wonders of the great outdoors and the joys of deer hunting?
Perfect, good shot.
While Alan's back in camp taking a post-lunch siesta, Danny's guiding his 11-year-old daughter Hannah out after her very first whitetail.
I never got her into it as much as a lot of people would. I do this for a living, and I've seen a lot of little kids that have camo when they're 2 years old. I wanted to be on her time, not on my time. And she wanted to kill a turkey last year. She killed her first turkey. This year, she said, when can I shoot a deer?
Ready. You got the outfitter with Alan that are friends. You get a chance to bring his daughter in there. She gets a chance to shoot a doe. That's a win situation all the way around.
That young person or first timer is having fun and they're saying, oh gosh, I can't believe that big buck came right in and he didn't even shoot it. But they're so excited because they saw it, they heard it, they smelled it. Whatever their experience was, it's positive, and you need to reinforce a positive experience.
Can I hold him?
Yeah, what you're gonna do, you gotta watch your hands though, because they will kind of hit you. What you want to do?
I got him.
Okay, what you want to do is tickle them together.
I know, I was doing it.
You ready? You start hitting.
Hannah's on her first hunt. She's never experienced whitetail hunting, and she's especially never experienced any rattling, so we decided we wanted to take her in the motts, hit those horns together, and see if we could get a buck come running in right in front of her and see what her reaction would be.
What do you think of that?
It's awesome.
That's awesome. Hey, how about all these?
On this hunt, she was on a doe hunt, but to be able to see those bucks come in, we just wanted her to experience why we love it out here so much. And with that smile on her face, I knew she was hooked.
There she is. Yeah, right by the shoulder.
Good shot, Hannah. Way to go.
Yeah!
You got her.
Yeah!
All right. A good big doe came in and she dropped her flat. Look at that. Oh my goodness. It was a great thing for me to do that. I didn't want to cry in front of her because the kid's first deer, and it was exciting for me. Now I know she's into it. Now, instead of spending 80 days in the wood, I'm probably gonna have to spend 100, and I cannot wait to do it with her. And this is just awesome. I mean, this is
Best time.
yeah, first time, but not the last, right?
Nope.
Get down low and rattle, and maybe he'll come to the edge of the motte right here.
Danny's about 10 yards away from the deer, and there's no way I'm gonna take that shot.
There he goes. Stop it, Danny. He turned around. Here he comes. Here comes one of them. I want to take him.
Winchester Whitetail Revolution is brought to you by Winchester Ammunition, the American legend, and by Redfield, the soul of the American hunter.
What is that?
He's a big 10. He's a pretty deer. I'll be able to stomp him.
It's Alan's last day with Danny, and he's hoping to take an even bigger second buck before the sun goes down tonight.
Couple of deer there. Looks like a pretty nice buck.
Is that 10?
We're way too far from here. We're gonna have to try to get to that other motte if there's any chance of getting a shot.
The last evening there, when we look out and what do we see? This big, big buck standing out there. Tell he's got a big frame, he's got a good body, and there's no way to cut any distance. He's 400 yards away from me. It's a wide open field from him to me, except for one little motte that he's next to.
Wide open, we don't have to. It's gonna be tough. I think that's our only chance.
There's nothing from here.
Danny and I decided to make a break for it and try to cut across this open field. And as we're cutting across it, he comes back out and pins us down 250 yards from him in the middle of this wide open field.
Danny, only chance we got at getting those bucks out of there. Listen, head out here in this open field and get that motte in between you and the deer, and then get down low and rattle, and maybe he'll come to the edge of the motte right here and give me a shot. I mean, all he's got to do is come to the edge of the motte, and I'm fine. So just get low, and good luck, buddy. Stay low.
Alan decided for me just to run out in the field, sneak out there, and try to get behind the only bush that was out there and start rattling and just see what happened.
He gets behind this little bush. He's a little guy, granted, but I don't think this is gonna hide him, you know? And he sits down and I'm like, give it a try, and I'm on the shooting sticks and he hits the horns together, and I look up and here comes this buck.
Here it comes. Here comes one of them.
And all of a sudden I turn and look, and he's broke out of the motte, running right to Danny in the middle of this wide open field. He runs right up to him, and he's sitting there staring at him. Broadside to me, perfect, except Danny's about 10 yards away from the deer, and there's no way I'm gonna take that shot.
There he goes. Stop him, Danny, stop him. He turned around. He's smoked. There he goes.
Holy cow, can you believe that? That worked like a charm. I squeezed the trigger on that Model 70. I knew I hit him good when I pulled the trigger. I knew he was hit good. He runs back past, goes up in the sack of Wista, and he dumps over.
There he is.
All right.
He didn't make it very far, did
Oh,
he?
man.
Good
He's
gracious.
got more great deer. Oh, way to go, Alan. Look how long the G2s and
Holy cow, look
Yeah.
at this. Birds back in.
that's what I'm talking about. Man, what a buck. Alan's done a great job, and we killed some great bucks this year. And to be able to do that on the hoof, no ground blinds, no tree stands, just spotting and stalking and rattling them in, is just a great experience.
You just can't beat hunting with your good old buddies. And it enriches your entire hunting experience and your heritage because it fuels you, it bolsters you up. It's just extra special.
That's a beautiful buck.
Beautiful.
Gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. I love him.
That's great.
Thanks again, my friend. Thanks for the backup when I needed it.
Oh, that was perfect.